why? I always wondered why. Sometimes weeks, maybe even months would pass before the question would arise again. But every time it did, I was met with the same question. Why the blue face? Sorry, but seriously, I was always baffled that a movie with seemingly no lasting cultural relevance was at the top of the box office for the longest time. But in a fashion where all the greatest decisions are made, we spontaneously decided to watch Avatar: The Way of the Water on a rainy night. It was the daytime when we entered, but we'll get to that. And well, after watching, I think I've answered my question of why. Man, I've never seen more people prey on the downfall of a movie than on this one. To preface this video, I didn't watch the first movie. Okay, that's kind of a lie. I did, but I don't remember anything. All my recent knowledge of the franchise comes from sick edits on my For You page. Thank you, TikTok. So yeah, armed with edits and a dream, I entered. And well, I don't think it was that big of a deal. The movie is presented where you don't need to know a whole lot about the first movie, and even takes time explaining and filling you in. I mean, sure, there were probably some references I missed, and trust me, I can tell when they are making references. I mean, the best references are when you can't even tell, but that's a topic for another time. But you just know, alright? So sure, I didn't get those references, but it honestly wasn't that big of a deal, and didn't affect my viewing experience all that much. So if you have someone you want to watch this movie with, but are worried how their viewing experience will be since they may or may not have seen the first movie, it's fine. They'll be fine. Now back to you hating people. Jeez man, people were dogging on this movie before it even came out. Now I personally had no stake in the matter. I didn't even fully watch the trailer, but the snippets I did see, I thought they were whack. Blue people, get out of here. $1 billion box office who, but you know what? I am changed. I'm a changed man. This movie was sick. Okay, it took me some time to get into it, and as someone who was on the fence to begin with, it took some warming up. But come on, like non-stop action with tall blue people in a fantastic looking world, what is not to love? Seriously, this movie is filled with a whole lot to keep you interested. I mean, the final third of this movie was just a straight hour of intense fighting, and the beginning was paced in a way where something was always happening, and at least you were always learning something. But I won't lie, there was a middle part of this movie with like whales. Yeah, that got a little boring. I felt that 3.5 hour runtime when they were messing with the fish. Like, I just had to ask, what happened to the army dude? Did he just give up? He did not, by the way, which was sick. You got to see explosions, some badass blue people maneuvers, like fish and whales and flying things. It was dope. In terms of sheer enjoyment factor, this movie got it. Don't even get me started on the visuals. Oh my gosh, this movie looks good. I want to go there. Everything is so vibrant and alien that you can't help but feel infatuated. And another thing, the cinematography, gorgeous. I know you can tell when the director wanted a cinematic shot, but I don't care, man. That stuff looked good. And how can I talk about this movie without talking about the CGI? I mean, it's so good. It gets to the point where it just fully immerses you and you don't even notice, which I think is the highest praise you can give it. I mean, sure, you do come to your senses every once in a while and think, wait, people aren't blue, but that rarely happens, and you can sort of shut that out anyway. So, I mean, the visuals in the show, kind of unmatched. I'm gonna be real. This is a sci-fi franchise I can get invested in. I wouldn't mind watching a few more of these, which as far as I know, they already have Avatar 3 and 4 in the works, I believe. Maybe even 3 is done by this point. And what makes this all better is that the community is chill. Look, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but let's be real, no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. Constantly arguing and tearing everything apart, it seems that anything new will just be a decisive battleground for the fandom. But these Avatar fans, if really any exist, I don't know if there are like the seas of Pandora. They're just chilling. When your movie was getting attacked before it even came out, you didn't respond with aggression. No, you mastered the way of the water even before this movie premiered, and that's pretty cool. So after my 3.5 hours of eternity, I'll be honest, I don't remember anyone's names except for Jake, since they said it a million times, so I understand how maybe this franchise isn't referenced in the mainstream, but I've come to the conclusion. This isn't the sort of story where every single character gets their own spin-off and merchandise and maybe 5 cameos. It's more focused on 2 lasting impressions: the environmental themes, which ring more and more true by the day, and well, the fun-ass time I had watching, because this movie captured me for almost the entirety of 3.5 hours. That's pretty good, especially with my fried TikTok brain. So 8 out of 10, it was solid, and I plan to watch the first one very soon. Whoa. Before you leave, you may have noticed, but I'm back. It was an eventful couple of months, and it will continue to be, but I can't say that I will now be uploading sporadically. I can't commit to a definitive upload schedule because, well, it's gonna be hectic for a while, and I'm thinking of becoming a little more experimental with my videos too, potentially. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave any comments down below. Trust me, I read them, and I have been responding, so do that. Also, look at this graph. Okay, but as always, stay awesome. TooAwesome. Thanks for watching.